You want to be in that second. You want to capture that division because the division is right in front of you. Yes, Bryce Harper is with the Phillies, but the Mets on paper have better or far better than the Phillies if you really think about it. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Robinson Cano is 0 for 6 is 0 for 16? 0 for 16. So he's in a slump right now. He's in a slump right now, and he's the big bat that need to get it going. Once Robinson Cano get going, the whole team will follow, except for Peter Alonso. But Peter Alonso, he's the only one that's having a productive year so far. So let's see if they get a win or win 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 4 from the San Diego Padres before they come home for the 3-game series with the bottom feeders of the NL East, which is the Miami Marlins. As for the Yankees, we thought it looked like on paper this should be a good pitching duel between King Felix and CC Sabathia, but that didn't happen. Luke Voigt and Luke after the 42-24 the 42 home win, the 42nd on base streak ended over the weekend, and for the last 8 games he was 0-8. 0-8 with 4 strikeouts. Well, he snapped out of it immediately with that one and only home run. So Luke Voigt has really got his 10th home run of the season. So if Luke Voigt continue to hit the way they do, the Yankees will be in type shape, despite the fact they have a lot of injuries. And continue to be in the mix with the Rays. And I know it's too early for following the stats and stuff like that. But I think the Yankees need to continue to play that way. They'll be in good shape. I really believe they would, and they might sweep them all. They might sweep the Mariners because outside of the Mariners, who does the Mariners have outside of King Felix? You know, and King Felix has been their best pitcher for so long, and they haven't seen the postseason in a long time. So let's see how far it goes with the Yankees. Let's hope the Yankees continue to get on this, be in this winning streak. Let's see how far it goes for the Yankees, because the Yankees for so far is playing good baseball right now. More better baseball than the Mets. Let's have to say. To say the least. Well, that's what's going on in the New York baseball world. Let's go straight to the NBA. Last night games. The Bucks the Bucks. Did not see this coming. I'm going to be honest. I did not see the Milwaukee Bucks taking a commanding 3-1 lead. When Charles Barkley said Sunday night that the Boston Celtics are not going to win another game, well, I think he could be right, because the difference with the Bucks this year, their bench has been phenomenal, especially in this series. In Game 3, their bench was outscored the Celtics by 42 to 16. Same thing with last night game, they scored 32 points, and the bench for the Celtics only scored 7. So, and part of it was Middleton. He had 13 points, and Udonis is the Greek freak is ridiculous. Is having a strong NBA, having a strong game last night. He had 39 points and 16 rebounds. So he is really literally putting the Milwaukee Bucks on his back, and the Milwaukee Bucks are in a driver's seat of getting to the Eastern Conference. Game 5 is tomorrow. See if they can pull away the Boston Celtics, and the series is now become a best of 3 thanks to the Rockets' defense, hustle plays, and the Rockets won the game because of their defense and they hustle, and they are the only team in the West that could really challenge the Golden State Warriors. And I think whoever wins tomorrow, whoever wins Game 5 is going to win the series. There's no question about it. Even if it goes 7, but James Harden, James Harden, James Harden played like a superstar yesterday, but you got to make your free throws. Chris Paul, got to make your free throws. Anybody in the Rockets, you got to make your free throws. You can't miss that 4-point play because that could separate yourselves. Don't you know when you play the Golden State Warriors, if you have a big lead, 10 points is never gonna be enough. Because they have shooters, they could shrink that lead, and the lead will come to 5, down to 2, and then once they could take the lead, they have the secret weapon, which is Kevin Durant, and Durant could take over the game in an instant. And Steph Curry got to really step up. Curry have really got to step up. He really got to step up. He really got to be. He really got to shoot much better than that. Um so is Klay Thompson. The Splash Brothers. Let's be honest, have not shot the ball well this series. They really haven't, especially this year. They're having a down year. And Kevin Durant is really let's give Durant credit. Let's give Durant credit. Kevin Durant credit. He's really become the best team. Like we didn't realize that already, that he's become one of the best team, the best player in that team. You know, and Kevin Durant has become one of the best, become the best shooters. Well, he's the best scorer. Period. Outside of LeBron, the best scorer and the best. I want to go. I'm not gonna go far and say best player in the world, but as far as best scorer in the league, I think you have no argument. And he's one of the hardest guys to defend because of his size, you know. And PJ Tucker, I think last night did a good job. Did a good job for the most part. Not like Kevin Durant, but keep him in check. But you're not gonna stop Kevin Durant automatically because you know he's gonna get his points no matter what. But nevertheless, kudos to the Rockets, and the Rockets look to take Game 5 and bring it back so they could close it out for Houston, and it would be something. And like I said, whoever wins Game 5, 75% of the time, gonna end up winning the series. So should be a fun couple of couple of games as we move on to the conference finals for the East or the West in the NBA. And previewing 2 games tonight. Let's start off with the 76ers and the Raptors up north. And Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid has to show up. They have to show up. Game 4, they did not show up, especially Joel Embiid. He's been on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, and it's been like that. Throughout this whole series. They really have. So has Ben Simmons. Simmons got to play it better. Simmons got to play better. It really has. These type of games is where superstars show up. And as far as the Sixers, their superstars have not shown up. That's why this series has been even. And Kawhi Leonard flexes his muscles. He's getting his points and stuff like that. Just defensive. It's defensively. Remember, this guy was Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard, and a force to be reckoned with. I think the Toronto Raptors are a better team than they were last year. But Kyle Lowry got to step up too. Really got to step up. When Kawhi Leonard get going, the whole Raptors team get going. And you know what? You gotta give Kawhi Leonard tremendous credit. Now the Toronto Raptors they both in the driver's seat, and I think it's gonna be should be a good game. I like Toronto in this series, and if Philly win, they have a chance to close it out in their building, and it's a hostile environment in Philly, in in the Air Canada Center. Is it called the Air? No, it's not called the Air Canada Center. Sorry, it's not called the Air. Scottish Bank Arena, Scottish Bank Arena. Okay, interesting, interesting, interesting. I don't know. This is Scottish Bank. I'm probably not pronouncing the name right. Pronouncing the name right, but nevertheless, Game 5 tonight at Toronto, and without shadow of a doubt, this is the best. Without shadow of a doubt, this is clearly the best series, most competitive in the whole entire NBA playoffs right now, and that's the Blazers and the Nuggets. I expect the Pepsi Center to be electric. The Nuggets has been good at home, and I said this before. I said this in overtime, and I said this to my brother, and I'll say it. Don't be surprised if this series goes 7. I think this series have a chance to go 7. And I think this is a bigger series. Believe it or not, this is a bigger series for Portland than Denver. Remember, Denver is playing with house money. Denver is the number 2 team. The number 2 team, and the Stockage just continuing to has playing well throughout this whole entire season and played well against the Spurs series and have a triple double playing over 60 minutes. So the Spurs, I expect the Spurs. Wow, this is a bigger game than the Blazers. Damian Lillard did not have his Damian Lillard game. CJ McCutcheon is gonna be ready. Cantor is going to step up. All these boys are going to step up. Let's see how whose bench is going to step. Who's going to step up? Which is the Blazers or the Nuggets? It's going to be a fascinating series. Which team is going to really step up, or who's going to stand longer? And maybe we have another trip for overtimes or 5. Who knows? Who knows, right? Who knows? And I'm loving this series, and this series is going to be a lot of fun. You know, anytime when you have a long series, sometimes it might go 85% of the time it might go 7. It might go 7. Or it might end in 6, but either way, it's going to be fascinating. Let's hope the conference finals is going to be well. And that's the story with the NBA playoffs. One quick thought on the NHL playoffs as the Colorado Rockies beat the San Jose Sharks. That series is going to go 7, and the Bruins ended the Yellow Jacket season. Ended the Yellow Jackets as the Bruins and Hurricanes will play for the conference to play for the right to represent the Eastern Conference to play for the Lord Stanley's Cup, and the West is not decided yet. And Game 7 between the Blues and the Stars, even though the Blues won yesterday. The Blues won on the road, as the Blues has been a good team, been a good road team, and the Stars, you know, it'll all come down. Game 7, the winner will be in the driver's seat to play for the Stanley Cup playoffs. So either way, folks, we have a fascinating, busy sports season, I should say, in the spring. And with that is going to do it for this edition for Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much once again for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com and type in the keyword Andrew L. Perry. Once again, go to Spreaker.com and type in the keyword Andrew L. Perry. And please, as always, follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Until then, this is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, shalom, let peace go with you. And I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.